here's a quick peek of the board and chassis after it's been cleaned. Again, there's a lot of pitting in this, a lot of discoloration, but all the bug and the bug parts are all gone now, so we should be good to go. I've tested out these power transistors here just on a diode check, and they seem to be working just fine. They're not shorted out, and so that's a good sign. Whatever blew that fuse, protected these. Went through some of the resistor values. Everything's looking good. Cleaned and lubricated all the pots. Cleaned and lubricated the jacks. Just kind of rewired everything. Did a quick resistance check on the power transformer. Looks like the primary and secondary are both working fine. So the next thing to do, I guess, is to get a half amp fuse, put it in here, and then we'll power it up and see what we can get out of this thing. See what it sounds like, see if it turns on at all, and see where to go to from there. Alrighty, well, we've got everything put back together now. We've got a new fuse in the fuse holder, and so let's go ahead and plug this in. I've got an 8 ohm load here plugged into the back, just a dummy load. I know this is a solid state and it really doesn't matter, but it's good form anyways, just to put a load on the output. Alright, so I guess here we go. Let's go ahead and see if this thing sparks. Ready? Okay. No spark, no fire so far. Power lights on. Well, survive that test. Let me go ahead and plug in a speaker, and we'll see if we can't get this thing to make some noise. Alright, I've got something plugged in low sensitivity, gains all the way down, volume, everything is all the way down. I'm going to turn the treble, mid and the bass up about halfway, and turn the gain up a little bit, volume up a little bit. Alrighty, success. I think this thing might be working. Wonderful. Alright, let's go ahead now and put a tone into it. So I'm just going to hook up the signal generator. Turn this off. Alright, back on. Let's give it about 1,000 hertz. Pot's a little scratchy. Alright, I think I'm hearing a little 60 cycle noise back there too, so I'm going to have to check these grounds. Yeah, definitely some 60 cycle noise. Okay, well that can be fixed. Well, that's pretty good. Alright, I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up an oscilloscope to the output here and have a look to see what this thing looks like. Well, I might be inducing some of that 60 cycle noise in these wires. Doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Pots are scratchy, I can fix those. The base is looking pretty good. Go ahead and spray some cleaner lubricant in there. Alright. So let's start out with a low gain and no gain, no volume. Let's turn the volume about halfway, start turning the gain up. Alright, there's the signal. So that's about a 2-volt signal coming out of there. Turn the volume up, you can start to see it distorting a little bit. Let's turn the gain up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful distortion there? Let's go ahead and hear this too. Alright, so volume down, gain down, power on. Let's turn the gain up a little bit, volume up a little bit. Nice stable sine wave there. Turn the volume down, start turning the gain up. Hear this break up. There's the bass all the way from low to high, mid from low to high, treble from low to high. Still a little scratchy, I'm going to have to work on these. Perfect. Wonderful. Alright, let me throw a guitar signal in here and see what that sounds like. shot speaker, that's not bad. But all in all, I think this is a success. All right, I'm going to go start having a look at the amplifier, or at the speakers that came with this. But you know, other than a few noise problems here with scratchy pots, well, these are starting to work themselves out here. A little noisy there. Yeah, definitely noisy. Definitely some ground problems. All right, well, let me start looking for some ground problems in this. Let me clean everything up, and then I'll be back. Alright, so let's see here. See, I was getting some grounding problems here without having these attached to the chassis. Let me show that to you. I probably can't reproduce it, but I'll go ahead and just put this on the ground. And start looking at these pots. That one's not, that one's not. That one's kinda, that one kinda, nothing, ground. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's look at this volume one. Okay, nothing there. Let's go ahead and attach it to the chassis. Obviously that's what it's using for ground. There we go. That might take care of some of our grounding problems. Let me go ahead and put all of these on, so we'll be picking up noises from these. Alright, so good, 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 and good. Okay. So let me go ahead and plug this back in. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully this will take care of our problem, our grounding problem. Alrighty. Everything looks good. Plug this in. Turn this up to 1,000 hertz. Aha! Ground problem solved. And I'm going to look at the grounds on there. You know, might be having some grounding problems there. All right. Well, I'm going to open up one of the speakers for this and see what's inside, and then I'll go back and look at those sets of resistors there on the input, and we'll see if we can't find the source of this noise. Alright, here is one of the speakers. I'm going to go ahead and open the back of this, and some dirt here, some dust. This is in really good shape. Don't think this guy was the original owner of this. He was way too young to be the original owner. But let's go ahead and open the back of this and see what's in it. Well, that actually doesn't look too bad in there. We've got a Celestion 16 ohm speaker. This one hadn't been, well, it's got a little bug dirt in it, but actually not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and just take this speaker off and see what it looks like. Huh, look at that. Beautiful. That's in really good shape. No holes, no cracks, nothing. Okay, brown is negative, so I know for later on. Go ahead and put this back. Alright, so let's have a look at this board. I was getting some microphonics up in this area. Really, everything looks pretty good. All those traces look good. Got a pencil here. You know, looking at other ones of these online, I don't think we don't have more noise than pretty much anything else. So let's look at R1 here. Alright, so this first one here should be 330K. And it's measuring at 310. Next one is orange, 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 which should be 33K. And it's measuring at 31K. The next one is blue, gray, blue, gray, orange, which is 68K. That one is 67K. And then the next one down is brown, black, orange, which should be 10K. And it's 9K. The next one is a yellow, purple, red. Or, yeah, yellow, purple. Yellow, purple, red. Which would be 4.7K. That's measuring yellow, purple, red. It's measuring 4.6K. The next one is brown, black. That's capacitor. Alright. That next resistor is a brown, black, red, which is a 1K. 1K. And 0.98K, so that's pretty good. Alright, well, those are all good. Give them a little cleaning. Over here. Let me see what I got. Yeah, I got a plastic brush. The other thing I'm going to do is get in here and open these up. Spray these in here. Brass brush in here. And this is good for corrosion. It's not much good for bugs, but I think we should be fine here. Alright, so I'm going to call this amp head done. I'm going to go ahead and button it up and put it back in its cabinet. I'm going to go ahead and clean the cabinet first, and then I'll show it to you when it's all put back together.